I just want, to make sure that, my daughter isn't falling into these cycles where they're just, she can't know that she's, bisexual now, and also she's never expressed any interest in girls before. And yeah, I don't want to send her, that's the one thing my husband and I worry about. Are we going to send her to a all girls boarding school and it's going to be worse? She'll come home and say she's gay or something?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
And I know, no, that's not how that will look. I know that, even as a program, they want girls to identify as girls. It's one thing to be a tomboy, and it's one thing to be saying that she might be interested in girls. But I think it's more her trying to fit in, and other people are saying that's a cool thing to do and cool thing to be.
Okay. So she's saying she's bisexual. Any concerning sexual behaviors, like any acting out, grooming, anything sexually inappropriate that she's doing?
Well, I mean, as a Christian woman, I think that her declaring she's bisexual is inappropriate at her age. And I also, I think that a child can't really decide that. But on top of that, the fact that she's telling me that makes me think that something's going on with her friends behind the scenes. And to me, that's, why come home and announce, who you're interested in sleeping with to your parents? I don't understand why someone would do that at that age.
A control thing. I mean, because church and sexuality are two things that, in today's society, these kids feel like, you can't tell me how to believe. You can't control my religious beliefs, and you can't control my sexuality, which is a product of the society that we live in. And you live in California, so you have to be really careful what you say.
I know. I actually spoke to the guidance counselor.
With my own child.
Yeah, I actually spoke to the guidance counselor at school, and they told me that by law in California, they're not allowed to tell them they're confused. They have to refer to the children as whatever pronouns they pick these days. It's crazy. I just want to move to another state at this point.
It is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy, and so it's leaching out from California into the other states. The reason I ask so much about sexuality is because I'm not going to take a kid, if I have a girl named Nicole that wants me to call her Charlie, we have to do that. We have to treat them as such, and I'm not doing that. So I just avoid those.
Thankfully, she hasn't come home and said her name's Travis or something. Thank God.
Well, that's good.
What happened with the babysitter really confused her, really changed a lot for her, and she doesn't know what normal relationships are supposed to look like.
Right. Yeah. That's actually what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I know my daughter. I know that if this didn't happen to her, I don't think she'd be this confused.
Well, and society doesn't help us. I mean, if she spends any time at all online, there's going to be, if she had questions around that, she's going to be connected with people that have an agenda to make sure that she does become that. So I agree with you. I think she is too young to decide that, and I don't think that she has to be gay. And she needs a place and strategic therapeutic influence to be, or program to be able to help her navigate that, to figure that out, right? In a place that's neutral, that doesn't have an agenda for her. And
I feel like if she wasn't around her, the kids she's in school with, and unfortunately I live in California. California there's a lot of good things about California, but the law says
you are in California?
Yeah, I'm in Orange County.
I'm surprised she hasn't been introduced to this a lot earlier, because I've talked to a lot of parents. We've had a lot of kids come from families in California, and they are significantly confused. It's significant. It's significant. the trauma that imports upon them. It's really hard. Yeah, very hard.
The next thing I'm like worried that the next thing she's going to do is be asking me to use different pronouns. Like not.
Yeah,
that'll be the next judgmental, but it's like because we didn't grow up with this stuff,
what
right?
Happens, yeah, what literally happens. This is a developmental process for children. So your child had a rough start the first 4 years. That she's already got stuff on her side of the column that she didn't ask for. Right? These aren't things that she would have had she not been in that situation, right? She may have had a different opportunity to grow differently those first 4 years, even in utero, right? So she was already significantly influenced before you even got her. And then she had another assault. I mean, she has a great family that's guiding her and loving her and caring for her. And then she's got this thing at age 6. And then she's in a pretty confusing world. So kids learn line upon line, and their development takes twists and turns as they go. And their perspectives of stuff, everything, is formed based on the experiences that they have, whether they are teeny tiny or not. And so we end up in this place where right now, I don't know if this is the only thing that she's doing, but let's say that, well, you said she's acting out and is belligerent and confused. She's got a lot of stuff that is starting to surface as a teenager that, as a parent, if left uninfluenced or unimpeded, it's not going to end well for her. She's going to continue on this path without really the foundational elements that can keep her safe and help her grow into healthy relationships, right?
I agree.
That's what you're saying. That's essentially what you're saying. As a mom, I have to intervene in behalf of my child's development because of these things that I'm seeing, the experiences that she's had. She's not picking up these other skill sets that we've tried to help her with, and we're going to have to do something more dramatic because if we don't, the path that she's on is not going to end well. That's what essentially you are saying, and that's true. Everything that you're worried about and afraid for her for are all legitimate concerns.
What if, like, she doubles down and decides she's more gay because she's around all these girls?
Yeah. Well, that absolutely could. I mean, that's a tool, right? I'm using my sexuality to distract or to make sense of my world or to distract from the responsibilities that I really could be doing if I wasn't focused on that. Because being gay or trans is powerful. There's a lot of energy that goes into that, and there's a lot of people that line up to validate me in that place. What we would want or focus on is disrupting that conversation or influencing her. I mean, that certainly
a lot of these like
say that, but what we want to do is not move her into validating that she's actually gay. It's moving her away from fine. So you want to be gay, great. But we're not going to talk about that right now until we get you on a healthy footing in every other element of your life, because she's not going to be able to decide accurately if she's gay or not if she's just using it as a dependency.
You're not, so when you say like it's gay that you're fine if you're gay, you're not going to encourage her or anything like, or like let her know it's okay.
No, we're not going to affirm. No, we're not going to affirm her. We're just going to try
that really did resonate well with me though when you said that, like, well, yeah, like they do get a lot of validation from society today. Like it is an attention-seeking thing.
So powerful. Yeah, and we actually see kids that gay isn't enough. I mean, I would fully expect trans, pan, whatever to come next because
I don't even understand what that is. Like a pan.
They don't even know. Yeah, the gay thing is so lightweight. She won't get enough power out of that or enough feedback out of that. The automatic thing would be, well, maybe I'm bi. Well, maybe I'm, whatever. It'll just merge from one thing to the next. And that's the problem, is that these are kids formulating critical pieces of who they are with a societal influence that is inappropriate. This is not where that needs to be decided.
I agree. Like we don't need to, like our child doesn't need to decide who she's going to sleep with and announce it. Like,
no.
not under my roof.
No, but our world, I'm telling you, be careful who you talk to in California, because they will take her away from you. They will come after you. I've had parents, unbelievable.
Whoa, like that
the stuff that has happened in California. So be very careful.
I definitely am not telling anyone about this, because I do live in Orange County, which is a little bit more, like-minded, but like,
well,
at
it won't
the same
matter.
time,
I mean, if it gets online or somebody gets wind of it, they will come after you. They will.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely not talking about this with anyone. I mean, like, I'm not trying to harm my daughter. I love her very much. It's,
No, I
love her enough to want to see her have the best life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So do you guys like have this, like, work with children like this a lot, like where they get rid of this confusion and they come back? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like, I'm sorry. It's just,
it's
hard. It's a lot lately.
Oh gosh, it's just brutal. It's brutal. It's really hard to be a parent and a grandparent and a logical family member. To be logical human right now is hard. It's just hard. So my problem right now is I do not have any availability for females. So I need to direct you towards